Hello everybody, welcome to the live stream. Do you notice any new additions to this live stream? Well, thank you very much. Yep. It was a lot of work. Hopefully we don't have any internet issues because it has to there's a lot going over my internet right now, so we'll see if it holds up. Hello. So now everybody can be part of the good shots, the bad shots, and some maybe possibly ugly shots. And that one's left. Welcome everybody to the live stream. All right, well, that was the inaugural end there. That was the first end with the new target camera. We had a couple ones that weren't the finest of shots, but that's that's why we shoot practice here, because you can't expect to not do that if you don't work on not doing that at practice, because you're bound to shoot it at the tournament if you don't practice. So anyway, I'll be right back. If anybody's got any questions, leave them down below. Time to pull some arrows. You'll even see me pull my arrows. Like, you guys are gonna get the full experience now. I have returned. I'm gonna do a little forward. Super humid day again. We've had some where you go outside, it's so humid you actually might have like a hard time breathing. Like, if you don't have like good lungs, you would actually have to stay inside your house, because you may not be able to leave, because it's that thick. You actually feel like you could cut out shapes with like a knife. It's pretty crazy sometimes how bad the humidity gets. Pretty quick. Been working on my drawing of the bow. My coach has got me working on some things in particular. So yeah, you know, it's a work in progress. But the nice thing is, how he has me drawing back. Besides it feeling really good, I get into my back nice and quickly, and for the most part, as long as I've done it right, I have a nice, clean and quick shot, which is, you know, generally what you should be looking for. You know, that's kind of up to you though, but I would like a quicker, cleaner shot. Sometimes it's a little too quick for my liking, but then again, I'm kind of, in the past I've been pretty slow on shooting some shots. So speeding up a bit for me will be a nice thing. And then it's a matter of getting that nice and consistent, or every time I shoot a shot in the same amount of time. So, steps in the right direction. That one went right. So I don't know if anybody saw the video with that I did on the Shibuya sight mount. I didn't realize that I was going to get so many comments and like feedback from that. So that was quite interesting. So thanks for everybody sharing. Yes, I am not a professional of official names for screws and things like that. But yeah, it was nice to see so many people commenting on that video. And again, like, this is just a thing that I ran into. It sounds like some people actually got screws when they ordered those, but they've ordered them through like Shibuya themselves, which is kind of weird though, because if Shibuya's sending it out to a distributor, you would think they would send the screws with it, unless there was some kind of mistake. But I've ordered 2 of these now, 2 separate years. Actually, there might have been 2 years apart from me ordering these. Like, it's been a while. I think the last mounting bracket I bought, you know, obviously besides the one that came with the original sight, was probably about 2 years ago, and that didn't come with screws. I bought screws then. And then this latest one, which was, you know, just like last week, that that also didn't come with screws. But then I've had a few people like message me and email me and stuff saying that they've gotten screws with theirs. So I don't know. I'm just the one guy that just keeps getting no screws with his sight mounts on the entire planet. Probably totally doesn't help that I did take off from shooting yesterday. Well, I'd work, but I had to set up this camera, so probably not totally helping my cause. It's not too bad down there. It could be better. Ugh. And then there's an interesting one. Does anybody feel a little funky form-wise after they get done a tournament? Because so when I shoot a tournament, you know, it starts off, you know, pretty good, and I just kind of work with what I got. You know, obviously, there's only so many things you want to play with at a tournament. So I work with what I got. I'm usually very consistent, generally, actually, by the end of the tournament, I'm sometimes higher than I was at the beginning of the shoot. But I do always feel like, because I was at the shoot, some things, when I get back to my range at home here, aren't always exactly the same, and it's like, okay, wait a second here. We did something slightly different at the tournament. I don't know if it's because of the situation or whatever. I'm curious to see if other people run into that. For me, it's not really an effect on my score, but it does take me like a day or so. Be like, okay, we straightened things out again. Now we're back on working on, building our shot here. It'll be interesting to hear if other people have something similar. Alrighty. That is all the arrows I have, so I'm going to go down, pull them, and I will be back and we'll shoot another end. So hopefully everybody's enjoying so far. If there's anything in particular you want to talk about, just let me know in the, the chat down below. And yeah, I'll be back. All right, I'm back. Welcome anybody that's new to the Sure Shot Archery live stream. We got our second camera up and running, so we're looking so good now, so professional. I'll be paying credit card bills now for the next 6 months. It's gonna be the dollar menu for dinner for the next 6 months. Anyway, let's go shoot some tens. Or just good shots. It's really good shots, it's not really tens. You gotta shoot good shots and then it should be tens. Or they could be 8s or 9s. Big bugs. Big bugs. I remember somebody on one of these live streams was actually commenting, hope it's gonna go get bug spray. Believe me, bug spray doesn't work. We've we've even tried to use the stuff that causes like practically birth defects if you like ingest it. And that doesn't keep the bugs away here. They're pretty much immune to everything besides a strong smack of your hand, because death is permanent. Or a fly swatter that is. But yeah, repellents and stuff, nope. They laugh at you and then bite you. So just in case anybody was curious why I don't just spray myself, it doesn't work. It honestly doesn't work. Yeah. Ah, I don't know, that felt really nice. Yeah, we've even gone like exotic over here. So what do they sell around here? Cactus oil. The mailman was telling me the other day he was trying some lizard oil. We have stuff with like the highest legal concentration of DEET you can buy. I don't know what that, I forget what that stands for, but like really, like some of it's natural stuff, but some of it is just really intense like chemical stuff. Like it's got a whole odor to it, and you'll smell it on your skin if you don't take a shower. Like it'll like linger on you if you don't shower. Like intense stuff. Nope. They just go right through. Bunch of monsters. Yeah. Yeah, that was a poor setup.
I can't see the fly trap behind you.
Oh yeah.
Maybe that's what you're doing on. Let me leave the fire zone.
So yeah, if you wanted to know what the fly situation is in New Jersey, that's where we stand right now. We got some regular traps actually that we set up that they fly into, and then they either die because they run out of energy, or very interesting. The birds are so smart; they'll actually fly into the mosquito and like they'll fly into these greenhead traps and things like that. They'll actually eat the bugs and they'll fly out. So it's a free meal. It's a free meal for them, which is cool because you know we could use to lose a several million biting insects. That would be cool. Okay. For a second there, I wasn't sure if my arm was getting covered up by the target cam, but that's good. A little left. Is it really dark on there? It's not too bad.
I like that.
Hmm. So for this, I'm trying to use more of my back instead of my hand. I have a bad habit. We're still on the hand thing. Different portions of the hand, but we're working the hand out of the situation. Its job is to just hold this string and hold it the same way. So we're trying to get rid of that bad habit of trying to draw the bow back with my hand, or using my hand to draw the bow back, because obviously you need your hand on the string to draw the bow back, but it shouldn't be, or at least how I'm being taught, I'm not supposed to be using it to actually draw the thing back, because it makes the shot very inconsistent and it really shortens me up as an archer. But of course that's my situation. Might be a little low. Other than that, it wasn't bad. Yep, that one's right. Ugh. A little bit still in the drawing back and the setting up. I still get some of these really harsh left to right shots, but what are we on? Is this the third day? Since like the third day since correcting this. I literally was the first correction was 2 days before the tournament in New Jersey, and then I shot the tournament for 2 days, and then I was did we take off a day? Anyway, yeah, I haven't been doing this for that long, so it's coming around. Compounds have their sights so close because they don't have to move them that much, and they're set at 50 meters, so it's not like they need the full length of the sight at 70. What else? There's probably a more official terminology, for it. But for recurvers, you definitely want your sight out as far as you can go, because it gives you a better lineup of your whole shot, and that's how it's been explained to me by more than just like my coach here. Like this is like Coach Kim and things like that. Like these are world-renowned coaches. So I'm sure somebody's got like the official explanation for it. But basically, recurvers, you want it out as far as you can because it allows you to line up better. If you put it all the way in, your focal point your viewing point's very small. It was always explained like a rifle. They have a sight all the way at the end, and then they have a sight all the way or closer to your face, because then you can line up the two, and it makes you more accurate when you're shooting, because you can put those together better. So if your sight on your recurve bow was super close, then you don't have much to move, but you can't be as accurate. It was explained to me somewhere along, pretty much like that. I haven't put really thought into that in years. That was explained to me when I was trying to do 90, and my sight had to move in a good amount because of how far 90 meters is. For a compound, I don't know, I've talked to friends about it, be like, why is your sight so short? And they're like, because there's no need to have it longer than it is, because the adjustment range for it, these guys are pulling 60 pounds. They're like, we shoot 50 meters. It's a couple clicks and it moves here, a couple clicks and it moves there, and then the only other sight setting's 18. If we had it out really far, especially for 18, like if it was a recurve sight, you probably wouldn't utilize the full travel of your elevation bar. That's, I don't know, that's about it that can come to mind right away. I guess I'd have to do some research on like the official reason why it's like that, but I'm sure there's a good reason. I don't think they would make two different designs of sights in a way, just for recurve, just for compound. And generally, from my knowledge, compound sights usually have a more finite adjustment. They have more clicks per full rotation because, you know, 1 or 2 clicks can move you, or maybe a little bit more than that, can move you a lot more distance on your rings than 1 or 2 clicks with a recurve bow because of the weight and things like that. So, I don't know, that's what I know. I'm gonna go down and pull those arrows, and I'll be back and we'll shoot another one. Hopefully everybody's enjoying this. Thanks for the question, that's fantastic. I'll be right back. Can you see that? I think it's just behind a tree. All right, I'm back. I was trying to see if you guys saw, we have a fly trap back there. But, what happened? Yeah, it's behind the tree. So, we were trying to see if you could see it through the camera here, but nope, nope. Anyway, it's got like, I don't know, what's that? Like 4 inches thick of like dead flies and things.
But it doesn't catch the green heads.
Nah, it doesn't catch green heads.
You gotta have the black box for that.
All right, more shooting.
Planes are hot today.
Oh, for anybody interested, I should have I have an equipment related video coming out tomorrow, and it's a new piece of equipment. So yeah, I want to see what people's take on it is. You know, I kind of shared my beginning thoughts on it, and yeah, we're gonna be testing out this piece of equipment and going on, you know, making some videos about it and see how it holds up. And yeah, I think it'll be fun to share with you guys. But again, we're being vague. Welcome to Short Shot Vague Archery. Sort of. Bright.
Straight low.
Yeah.
It's ain't bad line. The other two are beautiful.
Yeah. Moved. Boo. A little popped a little more than I wanted, but we made it work. It probably looked worse than it was. It wasn't that bad. It was just like, we're working a little hard on that one. Boom. Good stuff. Oh, let's see. Ooh, arrows per end. Okay, so my coach is originally from Korea, so his recommendation was like 6 to 12, but not so much emphasis on the 6 arrows and not so much emphasis on the 12. So more like I shoot 9, and that was pretty much, yeah. Well, it is kind of right in the middle between 6 and 12, but yeah, that's where he was recommending, because you don't, if you're shooting really tight groups and you're shooting 12, then you're probably going to knock a lot of arrows, and so that's a pain, because you're going to have more downtime because you're fixing arrows than you could potentially have more downtime fixing arrows than you do necessarily shooting the full 12. So I shoot 9. That means I have, a couple on backup in case I do knock them, and then I can switch them out easily, so that I'm not cutting into my arrow per end count. But at the same point in time, I'm shooting 3 more arrows than 6, which is good, because then I know that I can shoot 6 without a problem. I can shoot 6 easily at a tournament. And then you can look at it this way for OR rounds, head-to-head eliminations. You shoot 3 arrows. So if you're shooting 9, you're shooting 3 sets of 3 arrows. So you can technically score yourself on shooting 3 OR rounds in 1 set. 2, if you want to do it that way. I don't know. 9 seemed like a nice number. it kind of works out. Or in a way you could look at it is you could score the first 6 as your qualification score, and then the last 6 you could, you know, kind of put yourself under pressure of shooting, you know, those 3 arrows against somebody else, maybe using World Archery's head-to-head app, if they're still running that. I haven't looked at that in ages, but maybe use that app and shoot one of the virtual matches against a top archer and just really challenge yourself there. You know, something along those lines. That's my recommendation. It's kind of up to you, but you should, if you're shooting outdoor shoots, you should at least shoot 6. And then for indoors, I would try to shoot 6 anyway, because you don't want to get kind of lazy by only shooting 3 indoors. So you should probably shoot 6 indoors as well, but at least 6. Now, of course, if you're new and you're probably going to start with, you know, a short distance, then maybe 3 at a time, and then work your way up to 6. And then, you know, when you do 6 indoors, then you can go to outdoors, and then 6 outdoors doesn't seem so bad. I don't know, it's kind of like a whole progression thing. Like, if you want to be the guy that shoots 12, you may want to start out shooting 6 and then 7 with the same amount of ends before you take a break, and then 8 arrows, and then, you know, if you shoot, say, I don't know, 5 ends, and you take a break at 8 arrows, and then maybe add another one in, like a couple, you know, a little bit later, and shoot another 5 ends with 8 or 9 arrows, and you can build yourself up that way. Don't just like throw yourself into shooting 12 arrows at once, because you're going to shoot, or you're potentially going to shoot really poor shots at the end of those 12 arrows, and it's not necessarily going to help you, and you could get some bad habits from it. Just like here, where if I start shooting bad, I'll finish my end, unless it's getting, you know, unless I'm just making a mess out of things. I usually finish my end, and then I'll take a break, just so that I, you know, don't start doing really funky stuff and mess with what I'm trying to improve. Moved a little there. They stuck together. Oh boy. Sending arrows places. Actually knocked over my cell phone. That was pretty good. Ugh. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that, you know, that's how we shoot arrows. I really don't take too much, you know, concern on where they're going. It doesn't look too bad, but it'll come along in time. I do have to say, archery is definitely one of those sports where you either develop, I guess, a sense of you develop your patience level, or it may not quite be the thing for you, especially like, I don't know, more of like target archery, like Olympic target archery, just because you stay at the same distance and you do the same thing. Like maybe you want to try out, I don't know, field or something where the distance changes. Because if you're somebody that just that kind of expects to do well like right away, yeah, you're gonna be sorely disappointed. So I'll throw that out there. You may not want to try Olympic target and maybe pick up field or something. You can do field target, But at least the distances changes then, so then it's not as, I wouldn't think it would be as frustrating as somebody that likes to, you know, succeed at something to a high level immediately. I think the single target really drives people nuts. That that wasn't a half bad end. All right, well, let's shoot another one. Another end. Subpar. Yeah. It's left though.
Yes.
Right.
It's actually probably at 9.7.
Really?
It's that close.
I didn't think it was worthy of being there, but all right. Yeah. Yeah?
Right.
That one felt better though than the first one.
That's probably a 9.5.
Oh. Really? Ah, that's a kicker. So is anybody excited for some upcoming tournaments? I know I have U.S. Outdoor Nationals coming up in like a week and a half. And then 12 days after that tournament ends, I drive back out to Ohio and we have Buckeye Classic, which is a USAT, United States Archery Team qualifying event. And that will be the last major outdoor shoot of the year. I think I have like one or two in New Jersey. New Jersey State outdoor shoot is, I don't know, September or something like that. So, and then, well, eventually, I hope, you know, we drag this out for a long time, but at some point we will have to go to indoors because that's the reality of it, because things do get cold here. But yeah, anybody have any fun tournaments they're looking to go to in the future? I'm really interested in some of the Indoor World Series, former Indoor World Cup events. I may be going to one of those other than Vegas. We will see though. I have to get more information, which I forgot to email about. I just reminded myself. So yeah, anybody have any fun tournaments? Indoors, outdoors, fields, you know, whatever. Let me know. Yeah. Left. Low, left. Wasn't the smoothest of shots. That was smoother. I think it's high though. Yeah, for the most part, like I don't have a screen or anything in front of me here. Like for the most part, just from how the shot feels and kind of looking, I pretty much know where the shots are. I don't have like a spotting scope or anything here. Generally though, you probably do want to use one. I don't know. I've never used one, and I've always felt weird using one. I don't know. Maybe that's something my coach will work on, but he hasn't mentioned it, so I guess he doesn't feel it's too necessary. Mm. All right, are we doing our steps? No, I think we're the shoulders going up. Shoulder might be going up. All right, let's try this again. See, you gotta like analyze your shot here. What's going on? What am I doing wrong? And then you know, try to work with it. So it's good training. At least I find it good training. Maybe it doesn't actually work, but. Yeah. See, look at that. Ta-da! We can shoot arrows. All right. Let me get all my ducks in a row again for this shot. I'm assuming that was like a 10. It should be. It felt like a 10, so it should be a 10. But that's not a 10. That's me moving during my shot. Ooh, I'm getting a little tired here. Okay, we got 3 more arrows, so Need 3 good shots. These are 3 very important arrows, Anthony. So okay, gotta do this. Put some pressure on. All right. Huh. All right, 2 more shots. Gotta do this. You know what? I'm gonna start doing the glasses thing. Okay. So I adjusted my glasses. Nope. Shorten ourselves in the draw cycle somewhere. Yeah, I think it looks like, I see my replay here. I'm probably leaning a little bit. That's all right. All right, that's what I thought, but okay. All right. All right. 1 arrow left. Let's see. Let's make this happen. All right. Anybody want to call out a number? Call out a number. Tell me what my opponent shot. And not a 10. No, don't do that to me. That's cruel. Okay. I'm gonna throw my best shot down. 1 arrow shoot off. This is for all the donuts. That's prize money. We don't give away cash. Donuts are more important. Okay. I moved. Hey, but that's the point about this. This is the fun of the live stream, because I shoot fine, and I would like to improve my shooting. So if I can challenge myself, even though you guys are not standing here with me, which should be entertaining in itself, but yeah, that's the whole point about this. Hopefully this is entertaining to you as much as it's entertaining to me, and then at the same point in time, it's a really unique situation to put oneself in, to be honest. So anyway, if I can like mess around with myself and see, you know, obviously that last shot wasn't fantastic, but it was pretty bad. But you know, things like this, you know, maybe it'll help me improve as a shooter, or at the same point in time, somebody else will, you know, want to try out archery, because it is really fun and interesting and exciting and just challenging. You know, it's very challenging to you as a person. I feel like it's a really good way of, you know, improving yourself. Looks like we have some comments here, so let me check them out. All right, so yeah, it's only a week. It's about a week and a half to nationals. I'm sorry, I don't want to give anybody a stroke out there, but it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, I'll be at nationals, so if you want to stop and say hi, I'll probably make this announcement on every live stream up until nationals, and of course, no streaming at nationals. At least not in my mind, just because of, you know, what's going on. That's a lot to do. I'll see. If it's possible, I'll make it work. But let's see. Other than that, yeah, that's about it. So hopefully everybody really enjoyed watching this. I'm trying to do this live stream thing every single day. Obviously, we took a few days off, mostly to get the target cam target cam, all set up and, you know, going, and I think it's looking pretty good. I'm happy with it. And hopefully everybody else is enjoying it too. It seems like everybody's enjoying it. Other than that, I will see everybody tomorrow around the same time, unless something happens with my schedule, or if it's raining, because this setup is not waterproof, and it probably won't be waterproof anytime soon. The only time I'm going to be weather proof or resistant to a degree is when I go indoors to the shooting shack, because then the laptop and the camera will be inside, and then I'll either have a little enclosure for my camera out there, or if things go really well and I can afford it, maybe an outdoor camera, who knows. But we'll see, But yeah, hopefully everybody likes this. Thank you so much for coming out and watching. I really enjoy, you know, sharing with you my archery and trying to answer people's questions in the community. Sometimes I'm, you know, better at some of the questions than others, because again, I don't know everything. I'm always trying to learn more though, so I really, you know, appreciate the questions, because it makes me think in different ways about archery, for me to help others and for me to grow as an archer. So yes, thank you so much for watching, and as always, happy shooting!